The investor, before purchasing a stock, also looks at whether he'll get an income from that or whether he gets a profit from that. That is called as yield. So when you add the income of both stocks, you will get the total income of 4.5%. Then we have to calculate how much he has invested on both the stocks. Brokerage is always calculated on the market value, not on the face value. Hello everyone, a warm welcome to one and all. This is Yashruti ma'am lecturing in Vidhyaashram, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. So in the last session, we have started with the chapter Stocks and Shares. We have discussed how to find out the market value as well as the face value based on the given condition, how much of percentage has invested, how much of money is invested on a particular stock. So in this session, we will be studying about two more concepts called yield and brokerage. So first, let us see what do you mean by yield. So the investor, before purchasing a stock, also looks at whether he'll get an income from that or whether he gets a profit from that. That is called as yield or actual interest obtained on a particular stock. So here the actual percentage income on investment is nothing but an yield, and it is given out by the formula yield is equal to interest divided by market value into 100. We have to see that dividends are always calculated on the face values, whereas the yield is calculated on the market value. So divided is nothing but annual income for rupees 100 for a stock, whereas yield is nothing but annual income for rupees 100 on the market value. So therefore, we have a formula. It is a kind of investment. Hence, we have a formula yield is equal to interest by market value into 100. Let's take out the problems as usual about stocks and shares. Now, the very first question here is, Mr. Sandeep invests rupees 15,000 cash partly in 3% stock at 75 and partly in 6% debentures at 125 in such a way as to get a return of 4.5% of his money. How much does he invest his money? How much does he invest in each? So here Mr. Sandeep invests 3% stock as well as 6% stock. We have to calculate income for 3% stock as well as income on 6% stock also. The total income is given in terms of percentage, that is 4.5%. So when you add the income of both stocks, you will get the total income of 4.5%. Then we have to calculate how much he has invested on both the stocks. So the total investment by him is 15,000. Let we take investment. So let me consider this as stock A and this as stock B. So this is he has invested on 3% stock and this is he has invested on 6% stock. So investment for the stock A, let me take it as X. He has an amount of 15,000 means then the remaining will be 15,000 minus X. So calculating the income on both the stocks. So he has 3% stock at 75 of X. So therefore we can write it as 3 by 75 of X. And similarly we have 6% debentures at 125. So we can write this as 6 divided by 125 into 15,000 minus 6 because this is the amount he has invested for the stock B. Now they have given the total income in terms of percentage. Let's see now total income is equal to 4.5% means it is 4.5 by 100 into 15,000. So calculating we will get it as rupees 675. So this total income can be got by adding these two incomes. So we can take this as I1 and this as I2. So total income can also be written as I1 plus I2 is equal to 675. So let us write I1 now. It is 3 by 75x. I2 is 6 divided by 125 into 15,000 minus x is equal to 675. So dividing these values, 3 by 75 you will get it as 0.04x plus 6 divided by 125, 0.048 into 15,000 minus x is equal to 675. So solving these values, we will get this as 0.04x plus 720 minus 0.048x is equal to 675. So now 720 minus 675 will become 45, and here 0.048 minus 0.0 becomes 0.080x, 0.008x. So when you divide it, x is equal to 45 divided by 0.008. So therefore x value is rupees 5,625. What is this actually? The amount or the investment on stock A. So now let's calculate on stock B. It is 15,000 minus x. So that is 15,000 minus 5,625. You will get the value. So rupees 9,375. So lastly, they have asked how much did he invest on each. So therefore, he invests 5,625 for 3% stock and rupees 9,375 for 6% stock. Next question. What is the market value of 6% stock if it earns on an interest of 4.5% after deducting the income tax of 4%? So let us take the market value. Let market value of rupees 100 stock is equal to x. So if you take rupees 100, then income will be rupees 6. Now there is a deduction of income tax of 4%. So therefore let's calculate tax. Income tax is 4% of the income. So therefore it is 4 by 100 into 6. So that is equal to rupees 0.24. Now the remaining amount we need to calculate. So therefore net income is equal to 6 minus 0.24. That is equal to rupees 5.76. Now we need to calculate yield after tax deduction. Therefore we have a formula that is yield is equal to income divided by market value into 100. So they have given he earns an interest of 4.5%. So that is the interest on the market value is nothing but an yield. So therefore here it becomes 4.5 and income we have 5.76 divided by market value into 100. Or else you can replace this by x because we have taken market value being x. So this becomes x is equal to 5.76 into 100 divided by 4.5. So therefore the value of x or the market value will be equal to rupees 128. Next one, which is better investment? 7.5% stock at 125 or 5% stock at 80. So let's calculate the yield of both. So yield is the income, that is 7.5 rupees divided by market value is 125 into 100. Let's calculate the second yield. Income is rupees 5 on market value 80 into 100. So when you calculate this, you will get an yield of 6%, and when you calculate this, you will get an yield of 6.5%. So therefore, by observing this, we get the maximum yield for the second investment. So therefore, what we can consider, 5% stock at 80 is better than 7.5% stock at 125. Next question. If a person wishes to obtain 18% yield from his investment, at what price should he buy 13.5% stock? So we know the formula, that is yield is equal to income divided by amount or whatever you call market value into 100. So here market value is nothing but the investment. So we can also replace the market value by amount here. So therefore what I can write? Amount is equal to income divided by yield into 100. So according to this, we have an income of 13.5 and yield they have given us 18%. So it is 18 into 100. So calculating, we will get an amount of rupees 75. Next question. What rate of interest is obtained by investing 9% stock at 180? So 9% stock at 180 means income is 9%, market value is 180 and we have to calculate rate of interest. So rate of interest on market value is nothing but yield. So we are calculating yield for 9% stock at 180. So it is 9 by 180 into 100. So we can get cancels. So that is 5%. Next we have brokerage. So brokerage, it's a small commission charged by the brokers. Why? Because stock exchange is a name of market where the shares are sold or bought with the help of brokers. These brokers charge some fee or commission for their work and that is called as brokerage. And brokerage is always calculated on the market value, not on the face value. Now, what happens to the net amount when we sell a share or when we buy a share? Let's see it now. So, while selling a share, since we have to pay the brokerage, the net amount received will be always market value minus brokerage. And when we buy shares, again, since we are giving the brokerage, there the total amount will be market value plus brokerage. So, selling shares means market value minus brokerage. Buying shares means market value plus brokerage. That will be our net amount. So, let's take the questions again. We have Prashant sold 25 Bacon shares when the market price was 400 per share. He then bought 10 Reliance shares which were selling at 800 per share. Brokerage for each transaction was 0.25%. The balance amount he gave to his daughter Sonu for shopping. How much share or how much did Sonu receive? So let's take first what he has sold. So he has sold 25 Biocon shares at rupees 400. So let's see the amount. So amount received by selling. So that is 25 into 400. That is equal to 10,000 rupees, 10,000. Now let's calculate the brokerage here. So brokerage is equal to, they have given it is 0.25% for both. So therefore it is 0.25 by 100 into 10,000. So therefore this is equal to, so rupees 25. Now when you sell shares, what we have to do? The net amount will be equal to market value minus brokerage. So therefore net amount here will be equal to 10,000 minus 25, that is equal to rupees 9975. So this is amount he has received by selling. Next he has bought. So amount which given. So that is equal to amount. So he has bought 10 Reliance shares of 800 per share. So therefore it is 10 into 800 is equal to 8,000. Now here the brokerage is same again 0.25%. So therefore it is 0.25 by 100 into 8,000. So when you multiply, that is equal to 20. So when you buy a share, the net amount will be equal to market value plus brokerage. So therefore here net amount is here 8,000 plus 20, which is equal to 8,020 in terms of rupees. So now he has bought a shares. Now balance. How to calculate the balance here? He has got the amount of 9975 and he has bought a share of worth 8020. Now what is the amount remaining? That is equal to 1955. So the remaining amount he has given is to daughter. So his daughter is Sonu. So therefore what we can conclude? So therefore Sonu received rupees 1955 for shopping. Next question. If a client buys shares worth rupees 1,25,000 and sells shares worth 75,000 through a brokerage, assuming that the buying side brokerage is 0.5 and the selling side brokerage 0.25, find the total brokerage paid to the broker. So he is buying one share and selling the shares through the help of a broker. So let's calculate brokerage. This is by buying. So to buy, he need to give a brokerage percent of 0.5. Therefore, it is 0.5 into 100 into 1,25,000. So the value is equal to rupees 625. Next, calculate the brokerage. This is by selling. So that is, we have to calculate with 0.25. So therefore the value is 0.25 over 100 into the amount is 75,000. So therefore we will get 187.5 in terms of rupees. Now total brokerages is equal to, so 625 plus 187.5, that is equal to rupees 812.5. Next question we have, Nihal has rupees 5 Maruti shares worth rupees 1,000. He sells 120 shares when the shares are selling at rupees 1,400 and the remaining shares when the price goes up to rupees 1,600. He invests the proceeds in rupees 10 Maruti shares selling rupees 1,184. Find the number of Maruti shares purchased by Nihal. So he has a share 1,000 shares. So that is of rupees 5. So let's calculate the total shares there. So total shares will be equal to 1,000 divided by 5, which is 200. Out of 200, 120 shares he'll sell at 1,400. Let us calculate the amount. Amount by selling 120 shares. That is equal to 1,400 into 120, that is equal to 1,68,000 in terms of rupees. Next, they have told you remaining shares will be sold when the price was 1,600. So remaining means 120 out of 200, we have only left 80 shares. So therefore, amount by selling remaining shares means it is 80 shares. That is equal to 1,600 into 80. So that will be equal to 1,28,000 in terms of rupees. Now total will be equal to 1,68,000 plus 1,28,000. That is equal to 2,96,000. Now this was his amount. Again, he has used this amount to buy a share of rupees 10 of rupees 1,1184. We have to calculate the number of shares he has purchased. So here, number of shares purchased. that is equal to 2,96,000 all divided by 1184. When you cancel this, you will get a value of 250. So Nihal buys 250 shares of Maruti. Next question we have. A man owns 50 SBI shares which are now selling at the rate of 1,800. He needs 50,000 for his daughter's education. He decides to sell 25 SBI shares. The brokerage charge is 2.5%. How much more money does he need to arrange after selling the share? He needs to arrange 50,000 rupees. He has 50 SBI shares. He has sold 25 shares on rupees 1,800. Let's see how many remaining amount he has to arrange. So, amount received by selling. So, that is he has sold 25 shares on 1,800. That is equal to 45,000 in terms of rupees. Now, brokerage is 2.5 by 100 into 45,000. That is equal to 112.5 in terms of rupees. So, when you sell a share, it is net amount is always the amount or the market value minus the brokerage. So, therefore, net amount will be equal to 45,000 minus 1125. So, the value equal to 44,887.5 in terms of rupees. Now, we need to calculate the balance amount he has to arrange. So, that is actually he needs 50,000. So, 44,887.5 when you subtract, the remaining amount will be 5,112.5 in terms of rupees. So, therefore, he has to arrange 5,112.50 rupees to provide an amount for his daughter's education. Next one, Rakshit decides to invest in TCS shares which are selling at 2020 per share. How much money is required to purchase 10 shares if the brokerage is 0.5%? So, first calculate selling 10 shares is 10 into 2020, that is equal to rupees 20,200. Now, brokerage will be equal to 0.5 by 100 into 20,200, that is equal to rupees 101. So, therefore, next amount or the net amount will be equal to 20,200 plus 101 is equal to 20,301. Next question. Mr. Ravi sold rupees 2,250 stock at 75 and bought stock at 88.5 with the proceeds. How much stock does he buy if the brokerage is 2% for selling and 1.5% for buying? Now, first let's calculate the selling price. Selling price of rupees 2250 stock at 75. So, that is equal to 2250 into 75 divided by 100. That is equal to rupees 1,1687.5. Now, let us calculate the brokerage. So, brokerage here is 2% for selling. So, therefore, it is 2 by 100 into 1,687.5. So, therefore, it is equal to rupees 33.75. Now, we need to calculate the amount. So, since he is selling it, so it is always 1,687.5 minus 33.75. So, therefore, it is equal to 1,653.75. So, now using this amount, he is buying the stock at 1.5%. So therefore, brokerage for buying is equal to 1653.75 into 1.5%, that is 1.5 by 100. So therefore, it is equal to rupees 24.81. Now let's see the what is remaining cash available after he pays the brokerage. So cash available is equal to, he has 1653.75 rupees and he has given 24.1 rupees as brokerage. So therefore, the remaining cash will be 1628.94. That's told you that he has taken or bought stock at 88.5. So therefore, stock purchased will be equal to 1628.94 at 88.5 into 100. So that is equal to rupees 1840.61. So this is the amount of stock purchased. So in this chapter, in today's session, we have learned how to calculate the brokerage as well as the yield on the market value. We'll meet you in the next session. Until then, keep watching, keep learning, keep exploring. Thank you.